How's it, everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are, hang on, my name is Charles Fulcher, this is Lizelle Kimber, and this is Sonia Maria. And we are off to Greyton today, an award-winning town that we have been meaning to visit and do a vlog about for quite some time. First, we're going to Kardal, a beautiful little town before Greyton, where we actually are going to record Dr.
Isaac Bali.
We're going to record some of a P.J. Philander. He's a poet from Caledon. He's a son of the town, and we are going to record. He's going to record a poem for us, which we are going to use on a special online event on the 25th of November. So we are in Kardal right now, and we're going to see him record that, and then we're off to Greyton. Okay, so we are in Kardal. It's where this one grew up.
Ja,
so,
ek het hier groot geraak in Kardal en dit is vir my 'n baie goeie voorreg om weer terug te wees vanoggend om hierdie beautiful Kardal te explore na baie lang tyd.
But we're going to record Dr. Bali real quick, but we won't show a lot of that for the vlog. That's just a quick stop here to get something done for the online event, and then we're off to Greyton. Okay, so we're done with Dr. Bali. That was a fantastic little insert for the online event we're going to do. It's actually for the celebration, did I mention it, of P.J. Philander, the poet, of his birthday on the 25th. We're doing an online event. Lizelle is just seeing off Dr. Bali. We're always thankful for everyone here at Kardal Museum's hospitality and just willingness to tell a story or their story. Now I'm going to drink my coffee, and then I'm off to my second coffee, my third coffee, my fourth coffee in Greyton. Okay, we are in Greyton. We are at the Post House, which is a fantastic little place which we're going to visit now. Hopefully I can get another coffee.
Hi Charles. Welkom in Greyton. Nou is ek lus vir 'n lekker koffie.
Ah.
Wat gaan so dan vir jy? Ja, nie meer daai. Die lunch is also really nice.
Icebreaker.
Yeah.
So you guys have been operating under the name of the Post House, which has been in Greyton for the last 40 years now, for the last 5.
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about how the Post House evolved from when you guys came here and to where you guys are now. And
Yeah, so the Post House is a very iconic building, and we moved to Greyton for a lifestyle change from the Atlantic seaboard. Not having Post House in mind to think that we wanted to take it on as new owners, but we're from the industry. And being here 2-3 months, it came on the market and we thought, that's it. And we took it, and she was actually very run down and needed a lot of love and attention, and we pumped 7 months of renovation into it. Mm-hmm. And since then, we've just restored the old lady back to her beauty, and we live the Greyton lifestyle now, and we've grown it to a point where, there's no turning back.
with the restaurant and the coffee shop and the little pub. How does that work? You guys only open over weekends, or do you have week clientele as well?
So our coffee pod which is what you're sitting in now, is run Monday to Friday, very much for the locals, and then on the weekend all the weekenders come in. Our pub is open on a Friday, Saturday and a Monday night. We contain that a bit because it's a bit quiet in the week. And then our restaurant is used now as a bespoke function room. So it's our breakfast room. I do all the catering for small groups, big groups, weddings, all that. So it's a wonderful space that we use. So it's actually not an operating restaurant, but it's a function room.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how many rooms do you have, and how is that situated?
So the beauty about it is we've got 16 rooms in total, and they all fan around the garden. So you've got 6 classics, 7 deluxe, a honeymoon suite, and a suite with 2 rooms in it, which we call the family suite, but we don't take young children. But it's a nice suite for teenagers, 2 couples. So yeah, 16 rooms in total.
Wow.
Yeah, in our oasis.
Janet, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for showing us around the post house. And we're very glad that you came in and fixed up this old doll.
She is smiling now. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I look forward to everybody having a look at what you guys do.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
We actually just bumped into Marshall Ringquist, environmentalist and passionate about teaching people about veg gardens and healthy lifestyle and so forth. So we're just going to have a chat with him. Marshall, you guys have set up quite a few veggie gardens in schools in the area. So how many schools are you catering for at the moment, and how did that program start?
Yeah, so I mean at the moment we have 6 schools in this area. This is now Greyton, Kardal, Oosterkraal, the Yeovil. So we have 6 schools in the area, and they all have functioning vegetable gardens at the moment. So I mean, I personally have been working with the schools for over 10 years now, and this is specifically around our public schools because they all have feeding schemes, but we found that they're actually not feeding the kids the proper kind of food,
The nutrients that they
nutrients,
actually need.
greens or whatever. And my feeling was that I actually went to schools and I said, but is there a way that we can add value to these feeding schemes, because it was very like pilchards and soya and rice, so there was nothing green or fresh in the meals. So unfortunately they said, Marshall, we can't change the diet, we can't do much because this has been set up throughout South Africa. But what you can do is you can add to it. So this is actually gave us the chance to then start these vegetable gardens at school, where the chefs at the school can actually add the food, the fresh spinach and herbs and things to the actual meals. Yeah.
So except for just the feeding aspect of that, you guys actually get the kids to be involved in the gardens itself, and that teaches them different skills.
Definitely.
Again, and teaches them from a very young age
Definitely.
the importance of actually having a whole foods and a vegetable in their diet. Is that correct?
Yeah. So what we do, we've basically set up this garden as an outdoor classroom, basically that the kids can see value in how things grow from seed, how it grows until you harvest. I mean, just that process. I mean, for me itself, it's always exciting. So, and seeing the kids planting a bean, seeing how it grows, and to harvest it. I mean, you can see the excitement in harvesting their food that they planted a month ago or 2 months ago. So the idea is that is a space for them at the school, that they can also take that value back home as well. We also often send them home with seeds and seedlings to plant back at home as well. So I think it kind of caters both for that there's that learning that they can actually go into the garden in school time and really be in touch with the land and what they're eating, but also then sending that kind of values and kind of learnings back home as well at the same time.
But within this program, you guys sort of started another program with your main training,
Education.
your main education. Tell me a bit more about that.
Alright, so our humane education in schools is basically based on just teaching kids from a young age empathy, building empathy for animals, the environment and people, because I think that's such an important element that's not embedded into our school systems. And for us, that has really brought that connection to the kids. We also work with the teachers as well, because often we work a lot with the kids, but we see that they go back into these classrooms where the teachers are not equipped to follow up the work that we're doing. So basically, they are also part of it. We also give them the tools and expertise to actually go on with these things that we've started, activities, be it hands-on activities, be it things that they can go more outdoors in their school time and environment. But basically, humane education is building empathy in kids from a young age. It also touched on a bit of bullying in school, because we found out that there's always a kind of deep something that has happened to kids that they pass that on as being a bully. But if we don't understand that, if we don't get the kind of inside scoop of kids, it can't be dealt with. But it also really helps the kids that is thinking about bullying, that we embed certain values into them. How would people feel if they get bullied? How would you feel? Or how would animals feel if they abuse? So it's kind of that values that we're hoping that we can pass on to these kids.
Another project that you guys are running are the Pigs to Plants project. So how many farmers have you guys been able to help, and what does that project entail?
Pigs to Plants, I think, is basically a partnership between Valley Food Gardens and the farm animal sanctuary, Mutniki. And basically we are helping pig farmers that's been farming with pigs to move to vegetable farming, just purely for health issues, but also that people is much more in touch with the land as well. So we having a few pig farmers that has now signed up. We've just completed our first one. This usually takes about 3-4 months to do the work, put up new fencing, irrigation, planting new seedlings. So we're handing this garden over now this week, and then moving to our second one. And this is basically for pig farmers to move, as I said, completely into veggie farmers to feed themselves, their neighbors, but also that there's a business element attached to it, where Valley Food Gardens then commit to buy in surplus food, that they earn that same money or more that you would get from the pigs as well. Yeah.
Thanks, Marshall, for your time and that you can share these projects with us. They're absolutely amazing. If anybody would want to get involved, they can contact you directly.
Yes.
We will put your number on the screen.
Fantastic.
Because I think this is something that we need to shine more light on and get more people involved, especially in our local
100%.
communities. Yeah.
Thank you. Huge pleasure. Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Marshall. Nice meeting you.
Okay, that concludes our visit to the post house. It was great meeting Marshall, seeing that I'm a vegan, and he's a vegan, and he's got the same kind of philosophies, but working on solutions for people for healthier lifestyles, even those that don't necessarily want to stop eating meat. So really great guy. Where are we off to now, Lizelle?
We are off to Pier to go meet with Catherine and Marley from Greyton Tourism.
Woep. Greyton het ook al, kan je glo. And that's the only petrol station in the whole of Greyton.
Very busy one.
Van 'n Langfoot.
Ja,
Ek weet nou nie waar hulle is
want
nie.
gaan ons maar
Near Pier.
pier. Wow, this nice. Fake intro.
So we're sitting at Pure Cafe with Marley and Catherine from Greyton Tourism. You guys hosted a very successful one weekend this weekend, which is a fundraiser for you guys. So most of your events are fundraisers. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Greyton Wine Weekend is a fundraiser for our local village school. Marley used to be the school principal when she first moved to Greyton, and she really kind of turned a very struggling little school around. And since leaving that, we've, as tourism, are carrying on running the events to keep the school going, because 40% of the children in the school are on bursaries. So Greyton Wine Weekend, we get around 600 people attending, and it raises a lot of money for the school.
The reality of many tourism offices, especially in local small villages like ours, is that we don't really get much support or funding from our municipalities. So you guys are doing tourism a bit differently. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, so Kathy and I took over tourism last year, September. We took it from a voluntary association and we've privatized it, so we're running it as a little business. One of the things we do try and do as well is that it's a social enterprise, so every event that we have, there will be an aspect of money that goes back into the community to a non-profit. We just did Garden of Bubbles, which was a bubbly and aperitif event, and 20% of the funds that we raised for that went to the Rose Fair, which is also another event in the community that works with children as well.
Other events that we run that are fundraisers are the Greyton Mountain Marathon and the Greyton Brew Run. They are part of a little sort of society that we set up. We personally are not trail runners much, but trail running is a very popular, obviously, activity in the village, and it draws a lot of people here, our beautiful mountains and trails. And we have colleagues and friends who help us with, obviously, the more technical stuff like route marking, designing, marking, timings and things, but they are also important fundraisers.
We just want to say thank you to Kathy and Marley for their time. We will be popping the details on about right here if you guys want to know more about the events that's going on in Greyton and how to get hold of these lovely ladies. And be sure to book and come and visit them soon.
So Lizzle, who's the, I'm a little confused, who's the coffee lady we're gonna see now?
We're going to go and meet the infamous Soa.
What's she about? Or are we gonna find out?
We're going to find out. Nee, hoe gaan dit zijn? Alright, dankie. Met Soa is het een kwestie van, als jij komt Greyton Markt toe, dan is die lijn zo'n kilometer lang voor koffie.
Die koffie was zo altijd gewerkt voor die locals.
Ik heb nog nooit gehoord van die song. Ik hoor nou vandag nou eers.
Van mij?
Ja.
Seriously?
Ja.
Ik is dan zoals een koffie. Dat betekent, ik maak de beste koffie in de hele wereld. En ik train allemaal. Hoor, ik train allemaal. Want ik zoek een battle.
Oké.
Zoals als hij min baristas is, dan is het een battle.
Ja, dan is het een competitie nie.
Van ik wil een competitie. Ik heb nou 5 getraind in totaal.
Kan jy vir my ook train?
Natuurlijk. Training is 5000 my schat. Maar ik doe het voor mijn gemeenschap.
Fantasties.
Voor ons kinders. Wat klaar is met school. Waar toch gaat hulle? Allemaal niet geld om te studeren. Zo, ik leer veel koffie maken. Dat is de eerste ding wat ik plezier krijg.
Ja.
Want ik geef certificates.
Fantasties.
Koffie is van zwart goud.
Koffie is goud.
Zwart goud, ja.
Ik denk dat hij rechte koffie kan maken, dan is hij die beter aan.
Ja, nie net koffie nie,
Niet net,
regte koffie.
hij moet sour koffie bedienen.
Nou Soa, kan jy vir ons jou beste.
Ja,
jou
nee, wat
beste.
dit is mos nou wat ons
Maar
pas
jou
gekom het.
is nou
Voordat
beste.
Soa se koffie proe, nee, het julle geweet hierdie vrou brand haar eie bone?
Nee.
Dat is hier rooster.
So dit is Soa se roastery, sy brand haar eie bone.
wat ek moet reg proe.
Ja.
Dis vir jou.
You like it?
Baie lekker. Soho is so infamous, especially in the Greyton area, that she does not just the markets, which is twice a week, she also does all the weddings and all events and anything else that she can cater for, and she roasts her own beans. And she still does barista training. Very busy
Ek
lady.
het nou met my meisie die een is amper sy moet na laaste dag kom next week. En die ander week kom môre. Sy is ook nog so 2 weke daar sy reg.
Wow, so die training is maksimum 2 weke.
Nee. Het hang af hoe van ek vang.
Okay.
Ek hou jou tot as ek sien sy wil dit doen, dan hou ek jou tot jy dit kan doen.
Fantasties.
Maar die hier ook ek vir hulle getrain het. Elke keer as ek hulle baristas in Greyton. Dan kom die mense van Kaapstad af. Om hier te kom weer. Dan kom ek die locals op train. Zodat het kan local bly.
Ja, ek ook. Ek kan nie van flou koffie nie.
As jy sê dis hot chocolate, dit smaak heerlik.
Ek gaan dit mooi op 'n ander plek.
Heerlik, heerlik. Jy sal nie glo nie, dit is regtig die beste hot chocolate wat ek in my 40 jaar
En jy sê nou vir my, Soho maak nie net vir koffie nie, maar sy maak die beste hot chocolate ook.
Die beste hot chocolate in die wêreld. Jy kan nie sê jy's 'n terroris nie.
En dit is seker goed kom maar is sy.
Ek is terrible. Ek kan maar nie pakkie afval as jy moet. Ek het toch
Ons het nog nie van die weentjie.
Ek het hom klaar
Ek
afgemaak.
en Soho wil by die weentjie.
Hoor jy wat sê?
Yes, so is ek verby en Sonja kan verby sê vir dit.
Nou wat nou?
Ek soek my by. Ek
Ja,
moet
maar jy
nog
gaan
by.
Ja, oké, oké.
Hoe gaan ons by sê?
Ek weet jy moet my voor tyd sê.
Hoe gaan ons by sê? Baie dankie Soho vir die hot chocolateie. Die beste koffie in Greyton. Verseker.
Die wêreld.
Hele wêreld,
Dis wat jy-
Eindelik in die wêreld. Ons by daai gaan ons laat.
Moenie worry van
in
Greyton
die
in
wêreld.
die wêreld.
Dis al waar ons nou.
Ons is by Oak and Wine.
Wat doen ons hier so?
Ons eet verslag.
Want ons het dit nodig.
Ons het nog nie hierdie vlog geëet nie. En vir 'n vlog is dit 'n no-no.
Nog net 'n piesangbrood.
Ja, nog nie piesang-brood vroeër ja, maar ek dink teen die tyd het ons al daai piesang-brood opgebrand.
Ons het oor genoeg koffie al gehad.
Meer as genoeg koffie. Ek is begin al soos hy squirrel te raak over the edge.
Sonja, geniet jy Greyton?
Natuurlik. Ek kyk die eerste wat is.
It's not a very dynamic reaction for the camera if you say natuurlijk and you look down.
Natuurlik.
Okay, so we've had a quick little lunch and we've enjoyed it so much. Just taking a break that we're running a little late, huh? Where are we going to next?
The sand pits.
We're going to talk about Greyton Conservancy, right?
We're going to talk about Greyton Conservancy and wild restoration.
And stuff like the heli hack and all that kind of thing.
Hacking and yeah.
Stuff that we really are really passionate about. So it's great to actually come talk to the guys on this side and see what they do. Thank you, bye.
Hi, we just pulled in at the gate. I've just parked here at the big pine pile. I'm in my Mini Cooper.
Okay, well, we're going to get you in our
Okay.
4x4.
Thank you. Alright, bye.
So your Mini Cooper isn't going to make it then, huh?
No,
I think it can make it.
I also think it can make it, but then again,
Let's be safe.
Marlon thinks I think my car is a 4x4, so.
Okay, so apparently the car's a little small for us, according to some.
So unfortunately the wind is a bit high outside, so we had to come and find some refuge in Julian's little golf, so that we can actually get the sound right for you guys. So welcome. Hi. Tell us a bit more about what you guys do at the Nature Reserve and the Greyton Conservancy.
What we do in the Nature Reserve or the Conservancy is mainly baboon monitoring, but it's our passion to do alien clearing as well. We do alien clearing, path maintenance and some other maintenance as well.
So Gillian, you guys use the locals, and I assume that there's a part of training that's going with that. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, we do have local guys helping out. The rangers are all from Greyton or Kardal, which is our neighboring town. We have an induction period. Working with our baboons are quite easy. They're still a bit wild, not as tame as Cape Town baboons. So there's that. And with the alien clearing, it's a bit hands-on. It's learning on the job. Yeah.
So Gillian, how can we as the public actually get hold of you guys, or how can we get involved in what you do? I know that there is a hack every first Sunday of the month, but what other ways can we get involved?
Yes, we have amazing public support in Greyton. There's people from outside of Greyton that help as well, financially and physically with our hack. That's every first Sunday of the month. There's a lot of kids showing up, adults, elderly people as well, over their 70s even. So yes, there's that, but we still need financial support. We can do with that. People can get hold of us on Facebook, Instagram, Greyton Nature Reserve, GCS, Greyton Conservation Society, and basically showing up to the reserve and showing your love and support for what we do in there.
So another car and another interview, but still conservation. We're now chatting with Rupert Barnard from Wild Restoration. Hi Rupert, and welcome to our little vlog.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So Rupert, you guys are partnering with the Greyton Conservation and plays a integral part in the alien vegetation removal here in Greyton. Tell us a bit more about that project and how that happened and what it is that you guys do.
Yeah, the really important thing is that Greyton Conservation Society and Wild Restoration just have this very close working relationship where we plan which areas we're going to clear together, we think about how we're going to restore each areas, and without that working together we wouldn't be able to do anything like the great work that I think we're starting to do. And we've got two big projects, the one on the mountain that's kind of a bit famous at the moment because of the helihacks, and then this project here in the sandpit. So Yes, our little non-profit Wild Restoration basically is committed to clearing a few hundred hectares of alien species, everything from pines and hakea on the mountain, and then here we've got Port Jackson and black bottle and everything under the sun. So yeah, our job is to try and as best as possible get rid of a lot of it.
So you guys also come out to Caledon to help us with our hacks in the wildflower garden. Thank you for that. I mean,
Pleasure.
You guys are a lot of the part or training of what we do. You guys had a part in that, so I don't think we would have been able to get as far as we have gotten if it was not for you guys coming on board with us. So thank you for that.
It's sweet of you to say so, but what I've seen, you know what you're doing out there. You could teach many people a thing or two.
So the other thing that I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned the heli hacks.
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about that. And I mean, you guys had 2 now. And I mean, it's impressive amount of trees that you guys cut down over a weekend.
Yes, the heli hacks were a big game changer. We got approached by the heli hack organisation, and they'd heard about the work we were doing, and they said, any chance we can come and bring a helicopter and bring some volunteers and cut up in the mountains. So we said yes, of course. And it's been an amazing partnership because they bring their guys who are very experienced mountaineers, and we have our own volunteers, so we can be flown up and we can work mowing down big areas of pine trees, and they can work on all the ledges and all the really hard to reach areas. So it's a wonderful partnership, and the first one in April went really well, and so they decided to come back.
So in total, how many trees have you guys actually managed to cut down with the heli hacks?
Oh, how many trees? I think the first one was 15,000 we did on the heli hack, which was pretty much equal to what we'd done the entire year leading up to that. So it was an amazing difference. On the most recent one, the official numbers I think are 17,000. So what's that? 32,000 over about 80 hectares. So it's a huge, huge number.
Massive,
It really makes a massive difference when you can fly a big team up there and feed them and water them and get them stuck in without them having to hike up them.
That's major impact, And with the Greyton Conservation Society, you guys are clearing the sandpits, but you're also rewilding the sandpits with natural, with
indigenous vegetation.
There we go.
Keep it in, let's go.
So with the floods, because it's on the riverbank to actually keep the riverbank, and we recently had some floods, so how did that actually impact the growth and the planting on that side?
Yeah, the sandpit is such an extraordinary area. It's very, very unique. It's very, very rarely do you get an area where you've got mountain going into an alluvial plain and then going into the river. So this 250 hectares is very special. So we've been doing it very, very sensitively, including, as you said, we planted around 500 or 600 plants here about 6 months ago, and then, as you say, the floods came and everything was like a meter underwater. So we assumed it was all gone. When it came back, probably 70 or 80% of the plants are there. Fortunately, they'd had a chance to settle down a little bit, and they were well selected, the right sort of plants to hold the riverbank. So right now we're seeing the plants that even under a meter of water are some of them we have to straighten a little bit, like some of the Kierbum were like flat. In the main, it was amazing how many of the plants survived that we just couldn't believe it.
So my last question is, when you guys did the heli hack, I know that Jeff Nichols was up on the mountains with you guys, and he was saying that you guys found so many new species or species that thought that was lost, like a special little erica that they thought was lost, and then they found it up on the mountain again. So you were saying that they might have found another like 2 or 3 other species as well.
Yeah, in fact, in both heli hacks we've had 2 botanists up there, in fact more than that, and on each time they found very rare and threatened plants. So as you say, there was an erica. Don't ask me the Latin name for it, but they found an erica, and there's a clatia up there that they found that it's not known to be in that area. So it's an important reminder of what we're doing. It's fun to cut these trees down, but what we're really doing is protecting the area so that you don't lose some of these amazing species that are endemic to that area.
Well, Rupert, it was nice chatting with you again. We chat often about the alien vegetation clearing and conservation in generally, but it's always good to catch up and actually get the word out of what it actually is that we do and why we are doing that. So thank you so much for your time and that we could have a chat.
My pleasure. You're welcome in Greyton anytime.
Thank you.
fine in the small. It's really fine in the small, right? I'm glad mine's above my river. Thanks very much for everything.
No, thank you.
The kids, thank you.
She moaned about the kids again.
No, I'm
Oh my God!
See you
Yes,
No,
today.
I'm just checking out the options in Greyton. That's
Well, everyone, that concludes the vlog to Greyton and a little bit in Genadendal. Did you guys enjoy it?
Was good.
That was awesome.
But that is the end of the day. Hopefully you guys liked the vlog. If you did, why don't you subscribe, tickle the bell, you know, do all the notification stuff so that you can find out when we or get a notification when we do another video. It was great having you guys and we'll
It was
see
a
you.
full day. It was a
It was
busy
a full day, yeah.
Interesting day.
Yeah,
a little
it's-
bit of everything.
It's going to be an interesting edit, but you know, that's not their job, that's my job. So yeah, until the next video, we love you guys and we see you in the next
Soon.